On this episode, I want to share the photos I got when I went camping for 2 nights in the Mule Mountains. And I was there looking for rocks. They have a lot of rocks in this area, and I was looking for the geobeds. And we arrived late at night, and it was very dark, and we couldn't see where we were going. So we just found a place, and the next morning we woke up to where we were. We could see, and you can see that the camper we're in, it it doesn't leave marks in this hard surface unless you're driving really aggressively, or carving things in there on purpose. But the first thing I noticed, and I didn't know anything really about geoglyphs or intaglios at this time, I'd find out later, but definitely noticed the marks in the ground and thought they looked significant enough to take. I took quite a few pictures of them, and I thought with some of them that maybe I'd be able to look at them later, look at the photos later, and tell what they were. There was they didn't seem like they were made by motorcycles. And I at the time wasn't thinking about ancient civilizations, like I said, at all, but they were significant enough for me to notice and take pictures of. Another strange thing about this area is you would go around with my hammer, and when I hammered into the mountain, into the ground, it was sounded hollow. It was really weird. It like echoed like a chamber. And since there's geodes in the area, I was picturing this mountain underneath inside to look like a huge geode, but just a massive geode. And it was just this very interesting location. But I took quite a few pictures. We stayed there, for quite a while, and I looked for rocks and stuff. And then we decided maybe to move on to a new location. So I never actually did find the geobeds or the potato patch or the fire agate. I've gone here a lot and not been successful at finding things, but maybe it's just because I get distracted with where I am. And, I do have fun every time I go here, even though I haven't been able to find actual things I'm looking for. But this looked like a portrait of someone or something. And I thought, maybe if I looked at it later, I'd be able to see more into it. But I really don't. But it makes me think that it was made a long time ago. And then there's just this going off in a straight line in the distance, and it's very faint. I wish I could get an aerial view of this area. And here's the mountain that looked very hollow inside. And then there's a few big rocks in the distance. And it was just a really neat place. The bushes I don't know why they're growing in a line for water, but like I said, it sounded hollow underneath there. But we decided to move on later in the afternoon and look for the geobeds. And we did find a sign, and we were definitely on the road. But, we just settled on a location, and it was not the geobeds, but it was still an interesting location. And one of the mountains, that I was taking a picture of is called Thumb Peak. And the reason I was taking a picture of Thumb Peak is because if you go, the road goes in between there, and that's where there's more gems and stuff and jewels and things like that. But at this new location, right away, of course, I start looking for rocks, and I decided to number the pictures so you could see that the UFO came, it wasn't there, and then it came, and then it left, and then it came back the next day. So that's why I wanted to number the pictures so you could see. And, there was still some weird little geoglyphs in the sand. I mean, in the hard rock, like I said. And I just assumed that they were, recent from campers doing whatever campers do. I don't really know. But in the distance here, you can see the there's quite a few little stone fire pits. But coming up, we have the first picture. Now, this I wouldn't probably have made a big deal about, except that it was taken right before the other UFO pictures. And so, of course, it's always about zooming in to the sky, but you can see in the distance this little dark thing when I zoom in, and it's not really a big deal at all, like I said, except for the pictures that are taken coming up. And some places the sky is really, really grainy, and whenever there's UFOs, that seems to be the case. But okay, above the mountain on the left, you can see two little dots, and zooming in without doing anything to the photo, these are the dots. And then I keep zooming in and sharpening it to try to tell what they are. And, I don't know what they are, but they're the first of a few UFO pictures that I get. So, okay, so that was 7237. This is 7241. I don't notice these things at the times. I don't realize I'm taking pictures of UFOs. But in the top there, you can see this is the UFO that keeps coming and going by Thumb Peak. And you can see it there at the top. Okay, so that was 7241. And this is 7242. And you can see it there between Thumb Peak and that other mountain right there. And this one, these are just zooming in to the 7242. And then I got one more of it, which is 7243. And then I just stopped taking pictures because, like I said, I never knew I was taking pictures of a UFO. But I was kind of just taking pictures over there in that area because I know there's rocks over there. But you can see that it's here also. So those were the pictures that I took of the UFO that afternoon. And I didn't get any more pictures of the UFO that day. This was also in the last picture, 7243. It was just off to the side, and normally it wouldn't be such a big deal, but I did add it in there just because of the other UFOs. So like I said, I took quite a few pictures that day and that night, and there was also some more strange carvings into the ground, geoglyphs maybe. You just don't know if they're new or recent. That's what's hard to tell. Or if they're just done from plants uprooting, or who knows. But I do learn about some things. After I get home, I research this area about UFOs and find out some interesting things. I saw so many balloons. This is to people who like balloons, who let balloons go, who don't think about the wildlife that they kill, who don't think about the trash. It's despicably disgusting. I can't believe they're still legal. Okay, back to the camping trip. So that night we went to sleep, and I did look for UFOs that night, and I think it was just a satellite. But the next morning we woke up to something not very good, and it was a flat tire. So we decided to go look for help at the nearby Coon Hollow campsite, and off my husband went into the desert wilderness, leaving me behind with Timber. And I thought I was looking forward to it because I was going to just take a bunch of pictures, but I think that I took these pictures later when they were fixing the tire, because he did end up getting help. But here's the area you can see. That was 7335. There was nothing there next to Thumb Peak and in between there. So there's nothing there, and I'm still taking pictures. So like I said, that was 7335. And again, I take pictures of the area, and I'm at 7353. So I take a lot of pictures, a lot of landscape pictures. But anyways, at 7353, you can it's coming up. You'll see a strange glow around the area, a green glow. This isn't the area. This was somewhere else. Like I didn't know there were UFOs here yet. But this photograph, I kind of enhanced it a little bit, even though there's nothing in it, because there's like this green glow that's coming from behind, you know, the area. And I thought that was strange and unusual and interesting. Like you can see it all along the whole mountain edge. So here we go at 7373. I take this photograph, and zooming in, guess what's back? The same UFO. I mean, so that's really weird because it was there, it's gone, it's back, it's there, it's gone. And here it is. Now I'm starting to get to the very last pictures. That was 7373. This is the next photo, 7374. And you can still see the UFO in the same area. And there it is. And then I zoom in and enhance it a little bit to get a better view of it. It's the same as the other times. And the very last picture that I took was just this picture. You can see a stone circle there in the middle of a fire pit or something. This is the very last picture I took at the campsite. And zooming in the way distance, it looks like a man facing, I don't know. It's kind of weird though. So these are just the pictures I took on the way out while driving of all the different signs. But after this experience, I did some serious research looking for UFOs in Blythe area, and that's how I discovered the Blythe intaglios, which I've been going to ever since, and I will show you lots of pictures of and video. But that's how I found out about the giants and the giant footprint intaglios, from doing research looking for UFOs in Blythe. I don't know if you can see it or not, but this reptilian looking creature, like his profile, his eye here and his eyebrow and his nose like a alligator, just the profile of his face, you can see it. But what I wanted to show you, this area, I've been here a few times, and I've been here camping twice. Oh, was it 3 times? Maybe 3 times. But this particular time was right after, well, this is March 2018 that this happened. And this is Interstate 10. And you can see Blythe is over here. And taking Wiley's Well down, and this road, well, not to the prison, but next to the prison. Well, there's a road. Anyways, you take this road, not to the prison, and it's Wiley Well Road, is that it? Yeah. So this time we were looking for the geo beds, and that's the whole entire reason we're there. I wasn't thinking about prehistoric cultures or anything like that at this time. Here's Coon Hollow. So I know that we went a little bit past that because we got there at night. It was pitch black. We went past that. And then I remember getting pictures and stuff of this red mountain, this dark stuff, this rock. So we went somewhere around here, and I can't find the exact place, but this area has so much activity over the years. I know there's ancient stuff in the ground, but you can't really decipher it or tell it apart from, recent activity. But the reason there's a lot of activity is just there's gems all over the place around here. You can see these caves in this mountain, and there's a lot going on here. I absolutely love it out here.